Now at 10, the Joplin Humane Society is at max capacity and needs your help. We're going to hear how the society is handling all the animals. Plus,
a young man in Lamar, Missouri is showing that you don't have to be a professional to enjoy the game of golf. I'm Anthony Saviello with the story.
And we're going to hear how the city of Pittsburgh was able to fill its vacant lifeguard positions.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Joplin Humane Society's kennels are getting more and more full. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Yana Hautala talked with the Humane Society and some residents about the shelter that's running out of space.
Joplin Humane Society is at full capacity, which they say tends to happen around this time of the year. They're asking community members to come in and help them by fostering, volunteering, or adopting animals.
Every year we just have a huge influx. Right now we currently have over 670 animals in our care. That ranges from tiny babies to senior pets. So we've got everybody here, and it's really overwhelming, not just for the staff, but for the animals as well.
Tiana Fisher, Shelter Services Manager, says the Humane Society can house about 450 animals. They are having to double up on cages and use crates.
We have more than 200 kittens in foster homes this very second.
Paisley and Heather Woodall have fostered close to 100 cats in 3 years.
We just wanted to do our part to help out, and we love animals anyway, so it's just something that we can do that doesn't take a lot of our time, and it doesn't take any money, just to be helpful and get animals good homes.
Volunteer manager Chloe Hensley says they desperately need volunteers to get animals out to play and walk.
Normally we try to only work our staff members 5 days a week, but we're having to add on a 6th day right now just because we are so overwhelmed with animals and we are short-staffed. We are hiring a couple kennel techs right now.
Staff members say euthanization is not used to save space or time. They have been partnering with shelters throughout the states, but those are full too. Staff members remind by adopting you can save 2 dogs by giving one home and giving another one a new spot in shelter. In Joplin, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
The Humane Society staff says since they are at maximum capacity, they won't accept strays, surrenders, or any type of animals unless you set up an appointment by phone. They also encourage residents to come in, look for their animals that might have gotten loose. The Neosho community mourns the loss of a teenager killed today in a crash. That crash happened in Newton County this morning on Missouri 86 near Baxter Avenue. Authorities say 18-year-old Sydney Humphreys died at the scene after her car crossed the center line and hit another car head-on. She was the daughter of a former Neosho police officer and had graduated from Neosho High School just 2 weeks ago. 2 people were in the other car, the other driver, 37-year-old Ellen Anderson of Neosho, and a 4-year-old boy were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police in Parsons, Kansas are searching for a man they say was involved in several incidents yesterday, including an exchange of gunfire. That man is Stadarish Herman. Authorities say yesterday morning he used a hatchet to destroy a vehicle, then committed another criminal damage incident at a different location before leading police on a chase. He escaped but was later identified as one of the suspects in an exchange of gunfire that hit multiple homes, a vehicle, and a business. Again, he fled the scene, but he left behind his sister, Bernia Herman, who was arrested and charged with aiding and abetting attempted murder in the first degree. If you have any information about Herman's location, you are asked to call police. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us now with a first look at the weather.
All right, thank you very much, Dow. It's been a beautiful day across the 4 states. Just a few isolated showers and storms. But looking at radar, look at all the rain just west of I-35. But also notice it's mainly going northward, not really making much eastward progress. And we're going to see that again tomorrow. The drought situation is getting worse again, especially in southwestern Missouri. The ongoing drought continues for Chautauqua and Elk counties with exceptional drought there. In fact, looking at Sedan, Kansas, look at how much they're behind. 20 inches of rain below from June 1st of last year to June 1st of this year. And also, if we look at Longton, they are also significantly behind, about 17 inches below normal. So it's been a severe drought, and unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of hope in the rain chances. We do have some increasing rain chances as we go through the next 24 hours, a cold front middle part of next week, but then summer makes a return next weekend, and I'll have all the details on that in just a bit.
See you soon. Missouri Governor Mike Parson signed an executive order declaring a drought alert in the state. It's the first step in Missouri's drought plan, which allows the governor to direct state agencies to better provide resources and assistance to Missourians in need. The Missouri Drought Assessment Committee is now active and will meet for the first time next week. The U.S. Drought Monitor indicates that all or portions of 60 Missouri counties are experiencing moderate, severe, or extreme drought conditions. The lifeguard shortage is affecting community pools all across the nation, but not in Pittsburgh. According to CBS News, a majority of them across the country are closed due to a lack of lifeguards. However, that's not the case for the Pittsburgh Aquatic Center. Pool manager said they are not hurting for lifeguards like many other communities.
So we start out in March looking for lifeguards and open up our applications, and then we also pay for the lifeguard certifications as well as their suits and their visors and anything they need out there.
Pittsburgh Aquatic Center must have 22 lifeguards to operate. They currently have 30. The Quapaw Nation will use a $2 million HUD grant to build an addition to the Coyote Justice Center. It's to house the Family Services Department. Expanding that center will provide more resources to the community.
I think we're going to hopefully start breaking ground maybe in the fall, maybe. We have 2 or 3 months to get like the paperwork filed and get our plan laid out, all of those things before we can start actually building the building and making sure that all of the plans are the way that I envision them to be.
The Ottawa Tribe of Oklahoma and Modoc Nation Miami also received $2 million each. The Peoria Tribe of Oklahoma gets more than $1.1 million. Coming up, Senate leaders meet to discuss passing the recently passed debt ceiling, the one that passed in the House. Plus, some folks head out to Parsons, Kansas to enjoy some music in Forest Park. Senate leaders are calling for swift passage of a compromise bill to raise the debt ceiling and implement spending cuts. But there's opposition from some Republicans and some Democrats. Skylar Henry has the latest from the Capitol.
The debt limit and spending caps bill that passed in the House now faces challenges in the Senate, including from some Republicans demanding more defense spending.
This budget locks in a smaller U.S. Navy at a time the Chinese Navy is growing dramatically. There's not a penny in this budget to help beat Putin.
Marathon efforts to push through the bill that would suspend the federal debt limit through next year to avoid an unprecedented default are underway.
I'm going to have to swallow hard on some parts of it. I'm sure other members say the same thing. But the responsible thing to do for America is to pass it.
Senators are prepared to seek a number of amendments to the bill.
Any change to this bill that forces us to send it back to the House would be entirely unacceptable. It would almost guarantee default.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said the chamber will stay in session until it passes the compromise legislation backed by President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
Our national debt now stands at about $32 trillion. How did we get here? Whose fault is it? Republicans? Democrats? Well, the answer is yes. Both parties are at fault for different reasons.
Party leaders are aiming to get the bill to the president's desk before Monday. That's when the Treasury Department says the government will run out of money. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, one of the representatives who voted against the bill was Southwest Missouri Republican Eric Burleson. We spoke to Burleson, who says some changes would have to be needed before he would support a bill like that.
Our district did not send me to D.C. to continue to keep adding more and more debt to our national debt, which currently stands at almost $32 trillion. I think that it's important that we start course correcting so we can start balancing our budget and start paying down this debt.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office said spending cuts in the bill would reduce deficits by $1.5 trillion over the decade. New information could mean more legal challenges for former President Donald Trump. He was apparently recorded talking about a classified document that he kept after leaving the White House. Dozens of papers marked classified were seized from his Florida home last year. In an interview, Trump's lawyer did not dispute the facts of the reporting, but accused the Justice Department and FBI of a, quote, leak campaign. When former President Trump was asked about the recording, he said it was all fake.
Well, I don't know what they have, because who knows what they have, but it's all fake news. This is just a continuation of the greatest witch hunt in history. Documents, it's all just a big fake deal. It's a scam.
A little bit later, we're going to meet a young man in Lamar, Missouri, who's bringing new life to the city's golf course.
And we have some showers on radar and also in our forecast, and I'll be back to tell you all about it when we come back. Well, folks, it certainly felt like summer out there with temperatures approaching 90 degrees in many locations. Right now, it's a mild evening across the area, including Four-State Indigo Sky Casino and Resort down in Seneca, Missouri. Pleasant evening shaping up for them. We do have some rain on radar, but unfortunately it's way out to the west of I-35, and that's where it's been staying. It's basically been moving towards the north, not really making much progress towards the east. They have flash flood watches and warnings out for the Texas Panhandle. That's where it has been raining quite a bit. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we start to see some relief. We did have some showers earlier in the metro area over the last 4 hours, but as the sun goes down, those start to go down as well and start to dissipate. Closer in view shows those scattered showers across the metro today, and then as they moved off towards the north and west in the sunset, those went away. Lake levels, I know a lot of folks are going to be heading out to the lakes this weekend. Right now, Grand is looking pretty good, right around normal. And if you take a look over Table Rock, they are generally around 2 feet below, or actually 2 feet above right now. So they're looking pretty good. Stockton Lake up in near Stockton, they're around 2.5 feet above normal. So if you're heading out to the lakes, looking pretty good. Temperatures right now are in the mid 70s. It is 82 warm degrees still in Parsons right now. A little bit cooler over in Monette, where they're currently sitting at 72. When you look at the dew points, they're up there, so it's making it feel a little bit muggy out there with dew points in the mid 60s, and so that looks like around sticky. We'll just call it sticky for this evening. You can see Venus in the sky off towards the west in Joplin with 77 degrees, and the dew point is 63, so the humidity at 62%. Rain chances tonight are going to be pretty close to zero, and then tomorrow, around 20% here or there. And then as we head into Saturday, we're going to see the rain chances increase just a little bit, especially for our friends and neighbors in southeastern Kansas. Now, rainfall amounts are not going to be all that impressive until Friday. And then as we go into Saturday, they do increase a little bit, maybe around 7/10, maybe an inch or so in some isolated spots. And that is certainly good news to help put a dent in the drought. Drought's going to continue through tonight, though, with lows in the mid 60s. And then as we head to tomorrow, temperatures again in the mid to upper 80s with isolated showers here and there, especially out towards the west. And then as we go into Saturday morning, lows in the 60s, southeast winds. Saturday afternoon, partly cloudy with, notice, more scattered showers and storms, more numerous, especially in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma, with highs in the 80s. And then as we go into Sunday morning, heading out to Sunday services, temperatures pretty much in the 60s to start out the day. How about the next 7 days? Well, rain chances are going to be there, but they're not going to be big. Just generally around 20 to 30% on Saturday, and then lesser chances on Sunday. And then as we head towards Tuesday, a better chance of storms as we have a backdoor cold front dropping in with a high of 83 on Wednesday. And then Dow, as we head towards next weekend, summer returns.
I guess so. When you see 9 as the first digit,
yeah,
there are 2 of them.
Forecast 90s.
I guess. Thanks, Sam. Music in the Park kicked off today at Forest Park in Parsons, Kansas. There you hear it. The Community Orchestra performed the first concert of the series. The event brings music lovers together to enjoy a variety of music throughout June and July.
Something for everybody. We'll have country, rock, gonna have a great 80s. We're gonna finish it up in July with Members Only, one of the most popular 80s cover bands there is.
There'll be concerts every Thursday through July. Check it out. The Pittsburgh Public Library held a summer block party this afternoon into the evening. This year's theme all together now. It celebrates kindness, friendship, and community. The party is also the grand opening of the new library courtyard, which was funded through the Pittsburgh Public Library Foundation. And to kick off that block party, art appeared underfoot outside the Pittsburgh Public Library. Teenage artists this afternoon had 4 hours to come up with their best creations using chalk on 5-foot by 5-foot sections of sidewalk. It's one of many ways to get young people and the community involved in library activities.
The library actually has a lot of different art programs, and so we like to do those whenever we can. And it's a great day too. It's kind of fun to kick the summer off with something like this.
Artists entering grades 6 through 12 could work individually or in teams of 2. Everyone attending that block party got to vote on their very favorite chalk art, with a gift certificate going to the winner. Jacob here now with sports All-America honors for some local college baseball players.
And Missouri Southern puts 2 guys on the All-America list today. We're going to talk about that, and it's the opening night of the season for the Joplin Outlaws. Those highlights and more after this. The summer baseball season is finally here for the Joplin Outlaws. The Outlaws open the season tonight at home, facing the Des Moines Peak Prospects at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin. Now, the Outlaws are the defending Mink League South Division champions. They'll pick up tonight's game. Top of the first, Missouri Southern Lions Steen Lane on the mound. Gets the strikeout there. Now, sticking around in the first with runners on, Lane makes him whiff on that. Outlaws get out of the first inning jam. Bottom of the first, William Kelly up, lines it back up the middle for the RBI single. Colton Reynolds scores. The Outlaws score their first run of the season. It's 1-0 Joplin. Later on in the inning, same score. Landon Meyer hits it to third. Third baseman with a little trouble handling it over there. Joplin takes advantage. Outlaws go up 2-0 with that. Then top of the third, runners on. Lane once again showing the off-speed pitch. That strikeout ends the inning. He goes 5 innings, 4 strikeouts. Game stayed tight, but a Colton Reynolds walk-off single gives the Outlaws a 5-4 win in their season opener. The Missouri Southern Lions have a pair of players earn All-America honors from the Conference Commissioners Association today. Second baseman Nate Miskowski and pitcher Cole Woods have earned All-America recognition. Miskowski is a second-team All-American. He's actually the first position player for Missouri Southern to be an All-American since 2019. Miskowski was great all season. He hit .374 with 19 doubles, 14 home runs, and 4 triples while driving in 66 runs. He's previously been named first-team All-Region and first-team All-MIAA. Southern pitcher Cole Woods is an honorable mention All-American. Woods was 10-3 on the mound this season with a 3.71 ERA, striking out 109 batters in 99 innings pitched. Finally, Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight in Denver. The Nuggets host the Miami Heat in Game 1 of the league's championship series. Miami is the 8th seed out of the East, Denver the 1 seed out of the West. That one is final. Denver wins at 104-93. Nikola Jokic, another triple-double for the Nuggets, 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 14 assists. So I always love when it gets down here to the NBA Finals. NBA playoff games are so intense. This one, I'm sure, is going to be a 6 or 7 game series.
Let's hope so.
It's much more fun that way,
What's
right?
better than a 7-game championship series, Game 7? We'll be right back. Jeremy Marty, a young man in Lamar, Missouri, is showing everyone his love for the game of golf. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has that story.
Jeremy's Creek Golf Course is more than just your average course. Sure, it has freshly cut greens and beautiful ponds, but what makes this course special is Jeremy himself.
Not golf, not us, not house. My dog since me and golfing kid.
Jeremy, aka J-Dog, has been golfing since he was 3 years old. He got the name J-Dog from a popular music artist many might recognize.
Toby Mac.
Toby Mac, that's awesome, brother.
Golf camp.
Toby Mac gave Jeremy his nickname at a youth golf camp and has played with J-Dog multiple times since then. Jeremy spends every morning mowing the course. At noon, you can catch him at the course restaurant. And at 1 o'clock, it's tea time. How long has your dad owned the course?
4.
4 years? And you're loving every minute of it, right?
Yes.
Tanner Phipps, the course general manager, not only enjoys being around Jeremy every day, but also says the improvements the Marty family have made has brought new life to the town of Lamar.
It has changed so much. It's crazy on how much they have put into this course, and I think membership-wise, you can definitely tell.
If you're thinking you can outshoot the champ of the course, think again, because J-Dog will putt circles around anyone who steps on the green. Has he ever beat you in golf?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time.
So next time you're out here at Jeremy's Creek, make sure to say hi to J-Dog. Reporting from Lamar, Missouri, I'm Anthony Saviello.
That golf course growing in popularity, and after tonight, I'm sure Jeremy is growing in popularity as well. He's a very good golfer, according to our reporter, Anthony.
Great day to golf tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures a little bit on the warm side, close to 90. Pop-up thunderstorms possible, better chance on Saturday, but cooler as we head towards Wednesday, and then summer returns next weekend.
Final sports notes.
Big day coming up tomorrow for the Webb City High School baseball team. They're in the state semifinals for the first time since 2010. They'll be on the field at 1 o'clock against St. Francis Borgia. The winner of that game will play for a state championship Saturday at 1 p.m. in Ozark.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.